Hello friends, and welcome to another update from Israel. Israel today not only faces the terror attacks from within the Gaza Strip from Hamas, but also needs to deal from the terror attacks from the north, because in recent days Hezbollah has been firing hundreds of rockets from Lebanon towards Israel. Israel's defense minister Yoav Gallant has officially announced a new front on the north of Israel. Now, Lebanon is an interesting country. We must remember that Lebanon was under the jurisdiction of the French Mandate after World War I. And actually, under the French influence, this country has developed quite well and became a sort of a jewel of the Levant. Levant is a region of this part of the world. However, after World War II, basically France lost the influence over Lebanon and things started to deteriorate from there. After World War II, instead of individual countries like England and France, this territory was governed by the League of Nations and then the United Nations. Of course, this didn't went quite as well as planned, and soon the individual territories were fighting for its independence and eventually got it. Eventually, both Israel and Lebanon fought for their independence and received it. However, in 1948, when Israel received its independence, Lebanon joined the coalition of Arab nations around Israel to fight this independence and attack Israel. Due to the war between Israel and Lebanon, about 100,000 Palestinians have fled from Israel to Lebanon. Until today, they stay in this country. Now, since 1948, the situation in Lebanon has only deteriorated and is getting worse and worse every year. And today the country that was a jewel of the Levant is fragmented and torn with internal conflicts. The weakness of Lebanon has been used by Iran, who has used an organization called Hezbollah to control the southern part of Lebanon and is terrorizing the north of Israel from a very long time. So today, when Israel is attacked from the south of Lebanon, it is not actually Lebanon that is firing those rockets, it is Hezbollah, which is controlled by Iran. So Israel is very well aware that it is not fighting a war against just Hamas or Hezbollah, but actually behind all those organizations is the big country of Iran. And the leadership of Israel is aware that after dealing with the temporary threats coming from Hamas and Hezbollah, eventually, if Israel is to have peace, it will have to deal with the threat coming from Iran. And if you think that the war is just happening around Israel, think again, because in recent days, threats towards Israel came from countries far away as Yemen, which again is quite controlled by Iran, and also targets within the country of Iran have been targeted. And of course, we can't confirm that it is Israel who has done the strikes, but we also can't deny that Israel's interest is to eliminate those targets. Now, you may ask me, what about Gaza? What's happening? After a few days, it was announced that Israel is about to enter ground operation in Gaza, and still, it's not happening. Well, I can only say to you that Israel is under a lot of pressure right now. Pressure from the United States, which says that Israel should be careful about the ground operation, pressure coming from within Israel. Within Israel, there are voices that say very loudly that Israel should not go into Gaza because it will threaten the lives of the many hostages that were taken to Gaza by Hamas. Now, Israel is in between of a very difficult decision. On one side, of course, there are many people in Israel that ask for justice, that want the Hamas leadership to be punished for all the atrocities that they have done. But there are also those that say you should be very, very careful what you do, because there are still Israelis within the Gaza Strip, and you should do everything you can to save those people. Now, to save the Israelis hostages is one of the most difficult missions you can imagine, because you need to find people that are well hidden within the Gaza Strip, which is a highly populated area. And also, it's not just Gaza as you see on the ground. There is a second Gaza, which is under the cities. And this is an underground tunnel system which has been built over the years. So actually finding those hostages is like a mission impossible. But Israel is trying. And I'm sure that Israel will do everything to save every Israeli life it can. Eventually, however, I believe that Israel will enter Gaza. And when that happens, well, the world will go crazy. Everybody will hate Israel. So get ready for it, because the amount of hate you see now, it's nothing compared to when Israel will enter Gaza. And just to give you a perspective, I want to show you a map, because Israel is often presented as this Goliath who's destroying this little enemy of the Palestinians. And if you look at the broader picture, look at this. Israel is a really, really small country, surrounded by Arab countries. And I will tell you more. Israel is not the problem here. You see, none of those Arab countries are willing to take in those Palestinian refugees. Egypt has a closed border with Gaza. No Arab country wants those Palestinians. They say they love them, they support them, but they don't want to help them. Why? Because they know that if they let them in, it's going to be the same situation as it was in Lebanon, as it was in Jordan. You know, there was almost a revolt in Jordan where the king of Jordan was overthrown by the Palestinians. Nobody wants those refugees. It is sad, but it is true, because everybody is a realist. Everybody knows that accepting those refugees is like accepting a great enemy into your land. Thank you for listening to today's update. It was much longer than I anticipated, but sometimes it goes like that. Anyways, thank you for your support. Thank you for your prayers. It is really, really important in the critical times we are living. You know, everybody is turning against Israel, and there will be more and more people that will pressure even you to stand against Israel. They will be showing you horrific images, sometimes fabricated, sometimes real. But the goal will be for you to hate Israel. So I am so thankful to all of you who are standing with Israel, because we are living in really, really critical times. Thank you. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your prayers. May God bless you. If you want to support the channel, the best way to do it is through Patreon. But again, if you can't, that's okay. I will continue to broadcast from Israel, show you messages, and your prayers are greatly appreciated. May God bless you, and I wish you shalom. May we live in a day where Jewish people will not be hated and where there will be peace on earth. Shalom.